by expressing gratitude. And I started a bit of writing already. I feel a bit overwhelmed, but to start off my day expressing gratitude really helps me create a mindset of shifting negative energy and negative thoughts into positive and grateful thoughts. So, I already wrote a few down, but whoever pops in, I do wonder what makes you grateful? What do you express gratitude for? So, I want to go back to writing. I'm grateful for a new day. Um, Grateful for friendship and family. I am grateful to forgive others and myself. I am grateful for the air that we all breathe. I'm grateful for the ocean and to be surrounded by water. I'm grateful to have the experience of living in a temple. I am grateful for every warrior going through, and the key word is through, their own wars. I am grateful um, for everyone, honestly, doing the best that they can, everything, and everyone working for God. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for being here and push on the bell notification because right now we are expressing gratitude. How do you start your day? And to reprogram my mind from negative thoughts and negative thinking to positive thoughts, I choose to express gratitude. So if you're grateful for this day, subscribe to the channel. And hi, Mantra. Hey, that's close to my name. I like it. So I am grateful for subscribers. Yes, it is. But we are getting through this together. Yes, I know that this entire lifetime is a battle, it's a war. But to get through that with your tribe, with people that truly understand you and love you and value you, is the way that we get through it. I am grateful for those who value me and you as a person, a spirit, a soul, and consciousness. Because there's so much components that create you. Why all this happening to me? No, Suits World, never play a victim. You are not a victim to your story. You are stronger than you think. Now's Cree Q. Hi. Hey, what's up? Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the time to write with me. Please subscribe. Um, Consciousness. So, we're almost finished this page. I'm grateful For meditation, this is what gets me through my day. I do a japa chanting meditation, and it is amazing. Um, it's the Maha Mantra. Okay, Sue's World, weak from childhood only. Yes, exactly. So you have to create a strong adult within yourself in order to uplift that inner child within you. My inner child is constantly staring at me, waiting for validation, waiting for strength, waiting for appreciation, just always there. And I looked at myself literally yesterday saying that my inner child cannot be weak. We have no time to be weak because this world in itself is a spiritual battle. So if you're weak in your own battle, if you're weak within your own self, then you can't get through life. You're going to be miserable, you're going to be depressed, you're going to be a victim of a life that is within you. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. But you're not a victim to your life. You're stronger than you think. And you have to put your warrior boots on sometimes, and all the time, honestly, and get through the battle, get through that fight, and know that you are going to get through it. So I look at my inner child always saying, you need to be strong. You have to be strong. There's not a day that we can be weak. If you agree, push on the bell notification and hey, push the like, leave a comment. Let me hear from you. So I want to say I'm grateful for strength. Add that to the page because I'm grateful that we all are strong. I'm grateful for strength, for motivation, because we all need motivation. I pray that we always have motivation in our life to keep going because, again, we are not doing this alone. Motivation. I'm grateful for kindness. I'm going to read the comments in a second, but we are almost finished this page. So I'm going to finish this off by saying I am grateful for life and the supreme wisdom. Yay. Okay. Haribo. 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 So, Sue's World said, no one's around me. People are leaving me for no reason. Everything has a reason, and when people exit your life, it is actually a great thing because they are no longer watching your frequency. They aren't matching it, and therefore you need people in your path that can uplift you to a higher version of yourself. And I'm actually coming from that right now where there's sometimes people are just not matching your frequency. They're going through their own battles, their own wars, and you just have to allow them to go through them without attachment. So, one thing that we are going to get into is the actual Bhagavad Gita because it actually helps with attachment. In life, we are not meant to attach to friends, to family, to items, to material objects, to money, to fame, to anything because this is just temporarily. So, when we learn to master ourselves, in which the Bhagavad Gita will get into that, we learn to master the world. And the world is only within. So, thanks for the virtual hug, Susan. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're going to flip to a random page. If someone wants to drop a number in the chat, then I will flip to that page and we will read together, read that page. So, let me know what page or number pops into your head. I'm gonna let you channel the energy of the Gita and let's see who comes with a number first. Who has our first number? 90. Okay, Suze, we're gonna go to 90. It also has like pictures in this book, and it's pretty cool. That's Arjuna and that's Krishna. But we're gonna go to 90. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yay, and we're here. Oh, 92. Okay, interesting. So I think we're gonna start on this purport. So this is page 90, this is chapter 2, page 90, and text 14. And this is the Bhagavad Gita. If you are new coming in, hey, welcome, subscribe. So I'm going to read the Sanskrit part and then we're going to read the English part together and then jump into the purport. So, matra sparsas tu kataya sito sna suka dukkha da agama paino nityas tams titi saswa brata. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance is due course, are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from the sense perception, O Skian Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So I feel like I'm being prepared to not only detach from happiness and sadness, because those are duality thoughts and feelings within ourselves that we don't attach to, because as warriors you are stronger than the emotions that comes with this material body. So the Bhagavad Gita is stating that the non permanent emotions of happiness and distress are just like the parents of winter and summer, to allow them to move without attachment. So, we're going to jump into the purport. Purport. In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate non permanent appearance and disappearances of happiness and distress. According to Vedic injunctions, one has to take his bath early in the morning, evening during the month of Maga, which is January to February. It is very cold at the time, but in spite of that, a man who abides by the religious principle does not hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the month of May and June, the hottest parts of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of the climate inconveniences. Similarly, to fight in the religious principle of Satya, and although one has to fight with some friend or relative, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge, because by knowledge and devotion only can one liberate himself from the clutches of Maya illusion, and this is the world that we currently live in. So, always focus on uplifting knowledge, uplifting your intelligence, uplifting your consciousness in order to wake up to a higher purpose. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are significant. To address him as Kanteya I can't say this word, his great blood relation from his mother's side, and to address him as Bharata signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both sides, he is supposed to have a great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. So that was 90. We can jump into the next one if you would like. I think I will, because we did stop on page 92, not any coincidence. So I'm going to just read one more purport, if that's fine with everyone. So, yam hi na vi ta yantai ita ite purusar saba sam dukkha sukam diram so mita vaya kalpate. O best man, men, or Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. One who is steady in his determination for an advanced stage of spiritual realization can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness is certainly a person eligible for liberation. In the Varnashram institution, the fourth stage of life, namely the renounce order, sannyasa, is a painstaking situation. Yes, it is. Um, but one who is serious about making his life perfect surely adopts the sannyasa order of life, in spite of all difficulties. The difficulties usually arise when having a severe family relationship, to give up the connections with wife and children. But if anyone is able to tolerate such different difficulties, surely his path to spiritualization is complete. Similarly, in Arjuna's discharge of duties as Satriya, he is advised to preserve, even if it's difficult to fight with his family members or similarly beloved persons. Lord Chaitanya took sannyasa at the age of 24, and his dependents, young wife, as well as old mother had no one else to look after them. Yet, for a higher cause, he took sannyasa and was steady in the discharge of higher duties. That is why, um, that is the way of achieving liberation from material bondage. So, at times, we have to release friends and we have to release families and we have to release our attachments, and, because it's it gets really difficult when you want to advance in life and you want to do things, but you're still holding on to old attachments. So whenever the Supreme takes or the Lord takes people out of your life, then just know that it's the most like greatest thing that you can receive. So yeah, you got this little warriors, you're all strong, and you are not doing this alone. So I think I am going to read one more because why not? So, this is chapter 2, page 92, text 16, and we're going to end on this one, all right? So, this is a Sanskrit. Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata, uvayayo api disto nistativ anayos tat tava darsibihi. Those who are seers of truth have concluded that of the non existence there is no endurance, and of the existence there is no cessation. Cessation. This seers have concluded by studying the nature of both. Yeah, wow, I am interested in this text because I don't know what non existence and no endurance means or the existence and cessation. Interesting. So, purport: there is no endurance of the changing body, that the body is changing every moment by the actions and reactions of the different cells, is admitted by modern medical science, and thus grow and old age are taking place in the body. But the spirit soul exists permanently, remaining the same despite all changes of the body and the mind. That is the difference between matter and spirit. By nature, the body is ever changing, and the soul is eternal. This conclusion is established by all classes of seers of truth, both impersonalists and personalists. So, impersonalists is people who are kind of devoted to Krishna, but they have no idea of who he is, and they just chant the mantra just to chant it. But personalists are people who actually study and actually want to get to know Krishna and chant the mantra because they know that it liberates the soul, it cleanses you of karma, and it does way much more than just being a frequency and sound. In the Vishnu, so I'm going to keep reading. In the Vishnu Purana, it is stated that Vishnu and his abodes all have self illuminated spiritual existence. Jo tismi Vishnur Bhavanani Vishnu. The words exist and non exist refer only to spirit and matter. That is a version of all seers of truth. Interesting. That is the beginning of the instruction Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I appreciate it. We are getting close to 2000 actually. So, this is the beginning of the instruction by the Lord, to the living entities who are bewildered by the influence of ignorance. Yes, every day I'm always bewildered by ignorance. Like, wow, this is how I'm living my life. Really? Why am I living my life this way? And then I just go down a spiral rabbit hole of thoughts because the ignorance and confusion of life just gets to me. But reading a sacred text like this, doing meditation, chanting, and doing things that uplift your spirit, your consciousness, is how you get through this war. So let's go. Removal ignorance involves the reestablishment of the eternal relationship between the worshiper and the worshipable, and the consequent understanding of the difference between the part and parcel living entities and the Supreme Personality Godhead. One can understand the nature of the Supreme by thoroughly studying oneself. The difference between oneself and the Supreme Being, understood as the relationship between the part and the whole. In the Vedanta Sutra, as well as the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Supreme has been accepted as the original of all emanations. Such emanations are experienced by superior and inferior nature sequence. Huh, interesting. What does this mean? The living entities belong to the superior nature, as it will be revealed in the seventh chapter. Although there is no difference between the energy and energetic, the energetic is accepted by the Supreme, and the energy of nature is accepted as subordinate. Energy or nature is accepted as subordinate. The living entity, therefore, are always subordinate to the Supreme Lord, as in the case of the master and the servant, or the teacher and the taught. Such clear knowledge is impossible. To understand under the spell of ignorance and to drive away such ignorance, the Lord teaches the Bhagavad Gita. This is the exact book that you're reading now, for the enlightenment of all living entities for all time. So, thank you for being here to receive liberation, to receive knowledge, and to receive transcendental vibrations. This is why I choose to read during my lives every single day. I go live multiple times a day. So if you are new, please subscribe, push on the bell notification, and I can't wait to read more of your comments. But we are going to pause here. If there is any other page that you would like to read, then of course you can shout it out in the comments before we end this live. But I do want to say thank you again for everyone being here with me. I'm going to take the time to now focus on spirit. So I like to go to the gym every day. And since I'm living on an island, I will be going to the pool to get a workout in and be more grounded in ocean and water energy. So I love you. I thank you. I honor you. And I value you. I am going to leave you with this purport in this text, since this is a very sacred knowledge. This is chapter 5, page 280, and text 18. Purport: the humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmin, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater, an outcast. So there is no separation. We all have material bodies, but there is no separation. So to see everyone on the same platform is your most highest calling. And I challenge you to not only go back to this text, but to remember this lesson, that when you see everyone with equal vision and you see the Supreme Lord within all, you are in the mastery stage of life. So focus on yourself, Focus on uplifting yourself, becoming one with yourself, and you become one with the Supreme Lord within yourself as well. You got this? We started this live off by saying that we are not the victim of our lives. And yes, it does get hard. This life is hard. But when you have spiritual mastery, spiritual lessons, when you have books, knowledge, wisdom all around you, you can never be a victim. You can never play small. Now go chase the sun, go chase intelligence, go chase knowledge, and go chase a better version of yourself and give yourself no choice. I love you. I thank you. I honor your value. Please again subscribe. I have a Instagram. It's underscore goddess underscore mode. So go check it out. And I will see you all in my next live multiple times a day. So subscribe. Love you. Thank you. Honor you. Value. Hare Krishna. And have a knowledgeable day. You got this.